Welcome back, guys, to the Orlando Huskies franchise. It is part one of the offseason videos, and we're going to go over re signing, free agency in this one. And I'll show you Saints did end up winning the Super Bowl 13-10. But we'll just hop right into re signing. We don't have a ton of players to re sign as we tried to re sign them during the season. We'd like to bring Connor back, but not for a franchise tag of 30 a year. We are gonna pick up CJ's fifth year option. Keep him on the team a little bit longer. Trey Gordon's really interesting. Um, he played a decent part for us. 26 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 1 sack. Did have that fumble 6, but he's just been a okay guy. I mean, he's a good backup player to have, but I don't know. I think I'd rather hit free agency and try and re-sign somebody there, as Flowers and Coleman both took hits in regression. Um, Randy Norton, he's a guy I'm willing to bring back. That might be a little bit too high. If we could do 2.5 for one, I'd do that. And he's back, backup center right there. Donovan Wheeler is just don't think he's good enough to start. He's been a backup career player his entire year. Finally got a chance to start. 10 sacks allowed. I think we're gonna go into free agency without re-signing him. We're gonna try and bring Connor Kelly back though in free agency, and we'll throw an offer at Gordon. If he'll do 1 year for $4 million, I'm fine with that, and he's gonna test free agency, which is totally fine. Nothing crazy. Carrington is coming back, and we might even draft an edge in the draft, but that's it for re-signing. We didn't have a ton of players, like I said. We did all of the main re-signing during the season, and now we'll go into free agency part one. And we're gonna try and we're gonna try and find some offense alignment, especially the interior offense alignment that could help. And first, we're gonna go after Sherwood's up here. Sherwood did cook us a couple times. We're gonna go try and find Connor Kelly. There he is. We'll re-sign him to a 3 year. See if we could lowball him a little bit, get him under 4 a year for the entirety of the deal, which I think is a fair offer. And now left guard. And you see Wheeler, Will James. Nobody's really interested in coming to play here. Could take an older guy like Kevin Spence, which might not even be that bad. Let's check out his stats. Take an older guy. I don't know if he played last year, but 0 sacks allowed. Seems like he's pretty solid. I don't know how much he's played. Wish it would tell you that, but awful run blocker, really good pass blocker, good decent strength, decent speed, and he could be a bridge type of player. Maybe like a 1 year deal for him wouldn't even be bad. He doesn't have high interest, but for around 2.2, I'd do that if he's willing to take that low of a cut. As right guard, I believe in the rookie Frank Webster, so I don't think it's too important to try and sign somebody. Right tackle is important because Donald Kemp did retire. We do have a rook, or he's going into his 3rd year now, Jonathan Jones. And he's around the same overall as all of these guys. As Jaleel Dunlap does have interest in coming to play for us. 88 strength, 78 run block, 70 pass block. 90 lead block. Um, he doesn't look that bad, and Jonathan Jones has struggled to develop a little bit. Only wants a 1 year deal. Maybe if we could get him for about 2.5, I'd do that. Definitely interested in that. And now would like another corner just for depth purposes. Um, Looking for a slot here. Mitchell Mann would be a good outside corner, but have that pretty much locked up. Looking for a backup slot for Gage. Aaron Porter. He kind of fits the size I'm looking for. Maybe just a little bit too old. Larry. Taylor Tyson. Just a lot of older guys. Not really a ton of youth in this free agency. As you see, some of the younger guys don't have a ton of interest in us. They look like more of outside corners. Cunningham looks solid. He's a scheme fit. 2 year deal wouldn't be bad. We'll keep it at a 1 year deal. He's more of a special teams type of player, and I really like that. Now it's just gonna kind of be backups. Do want to bring another running back onto the team. Jabari Sweet, looking kind of sweet. I think we're gonna offer Jabari. Fits the scheme. Decently fast, That's a little expensive for third string running back, but also probably gonna bring. He might even be the second string. He might battle with Danny Barnes, but might even bring in a running back during free agency or the draft midway through. He's decent catching too. Pretty nice. I think this is the first offseason we're going into without really looking at a quarterback. Could use another receiver, but I would probably want to draft one over signing one. But Mitch McMillan doesn't look awful. 91 speed, 78 catching traffic, 84 catching. 90 change of direction's pretty solid. Had over 1,000 yards last season, 9 touchdowns, 11 touchdowns the season before. And we're gonna do the and Mitch McMillan still up here, and we're gonna offer him. Can we offer him? We can. As 2 of our players did sign, so we are gonna offer Mitch McMillan 1 year deal. Be a lower contract, but I'd like to bring him in. We'll see who signed with us. As Jabari Sweat and Cunningham both signed. I like that, getting a bit more faster on both sides. As the Panthers came in with an offer to McMillan. That might be a little bit out of our budget. We'll see. As we only really want to offer him a 1 year deal. We'll do 4.7 if that's not the highest bidder. Then it's not really interested in paying him anything more than that. Anybody else really catch my eye here? Brandon Gibson. He's a bit younger too, I believe. 91 speed, 84 catching, 85 catching traffic. Pretty solid route running too. 86 change of direction. Check out his stats. Hasn't really played much. Had a solid season a couple of seasons ago. Doesn't look like he's played a ton. Could be a guy that doesn't really get a ton of offers. Good speed, good size. Might be even a little bit cheaper too. And that's gonna be it for free agency one. We're gonna sim it, go to two. As free agency, not a ton of interesting players past couple of seasons. It's really just a ton of backup guys for us as we believe our players are better. But we'll see if we signed anybody heading into week two of free agency. Connor Kelly re-signed, and then Sweat and Cunningham both are signed as well. And these guys still looking for more offers, but they haven't really got any. And a middle linebacker is also something I'm gonna look at possibly for third, fourth string. Um, Wanted to check out the rest of the retirements in our division just to see maybe somebody else retired. Malcolm McMillan for the Raiders. A couple offensive linemen for the Broncos, but that's it. We're gonna look at middle linebackers. Don't know if we're gonna find one that we really like. We're not looking for a starter, just somebody could come in, back up. A good special teams type of player. Trey Gordon. He's a little older, be a decent veteran. Morale's down right now. Solid tackling, decent speed, okay in zone, good excel. I doubt he's played. He actually played a decent amount last year. 32 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a half a sack. Was his best career or best season in his career. We'll throw an offer at him. Tyree Gordon. Another 1 year deal. We could lower that down to 2. And then, Trey Gordon, still up here. Has one offer. We could do better than Trey. Trey was solid trade acquisition, but we could definitely do better. And we're actually going to throw a couple players up on the trade block. Nothing crazy. Rashad Gay, we're gonna throw him up. Already on it. No receivers, no tight ends. I'm gonna do this. This might shock a couple of people. Add Carrington. And then we're gonna add Wiggins. Ralph Wiggins, #1 overall pick a couple years ago. Hasn't really lived up to it. We're going to throw him up on the block. And then Wilcox is a very interesting one because Javon Young's right behind him. Want Javon to play a little bit more, but Wilcox has been solid enough to keep that role. I think that's about it. For trades. Or at least throwing people on the trade block. We'll send the week 3 of free agency. See if anybody's interested in any of those players before the draft. Maybe we could get another draft pick or 2. And it doesn't look like it. Look at some free agents. And we signed Jaleel Dunlap. That's it. Other players. Falcons threw a bid on Gibson. We're gonna see if we can up their bid. See how high we'd have to go. On a 1 year deal. Forgot how much we offered them, but we'll offer them 4 for a year. I'm not really trying to pay him over 4.5, especially since he would be about a third string. Will you? We'll offer him about that much on a 2 year deal. Maybe he wants a 2 year security. Um, see if he signs. And he did. Don't know how I feel about it, but okay, we'll take it. And looks like Tyree Gordon also signed. Looks like everybody, and Kevin Spence. Looks like everybody we wanted pretty much signed. That's good, really good to hear, honestly. As backup left tackle, almost forgot because we did not re-sign Claiborne. That could have been bad. Um, Jawan Rose. I mean, just a backup. Claiborne hasn't been bad. I think we're just gonna bring him back on a 1 year deal. 1 year deal. Try and bring him back. I mean, he resigns. Claiborne back as a backup left tackle. I think that's pretty much it for free agency. I mean, not a ton of players. Maybe look at the trade block a little bit. We'll do that before we sim. Look at the trade block. See if there's anybody up there. Any good players, you know? Just trying to improve the team and the roster. But it doesn't look like there's going to be a ton. I'm surprised we don't have any offers for Wiggins. Doesn't look like there's a ton of talent up here on the trade block. As we'll sim to the next week. The free agency recap. And then the mock draft 5 is up. See if any offers come up for some of our players. And we do have some trade offers. We'll view free agency recap. See if any of our divisional rivals got some signings or noticeable signings. And it doesn't really look well. The Broncos signed left guard. They needed one, but doesn't really. Oh, never mind. A couple of players for the Broncos: Holiday, Elson. But just looks like the Broncos, Chiefs, and Raiders might just be content with their team. But we'll look at some of these trade offers. And that will end the video. Carrington and Wiggins both have trade offers. Review trade offers. Corner, running back, left end, another corner, tackle this time. That's an interesting one from the Giants. A developmental outside linebacker and a couple of picks. I'm not gonna make that trade in the division, but that if they weren't in our division and we didn't have two good tight ends, I'd consider that trade a lot. But I don't want Carrington. I don't want to have to play him twice a year, and I think this is a trade we're gonna go with. I think the Giants trade is the best one. And Trevor Carrington is officially a New York Giant. Get 3 picks and a player. And we'll see for Wiggins. Might have just got his replacement. Wiggins. Not a ton of interest, it looks like. Older. Dolphins want to give us a old corner for him and a 7th round pick. Just not a ton of interest for Wiggins, which is a little surprising, honestly. And I'd like to move Wiggins. We'll look at the corner from the Dolphins before we make a final decision on that. Who knows, maybe he could fit that role that we're looking for a backup slot. He's 6'1", 89 speed, 76 zone. Decent awareness. I mean, we'll look at the stats from last season: 75 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 interceptions, 5 pass deflections. I mean, not bad. It's just maybe I'd like to think we could get more for Wiggins than that. And the Saints just offering a 70 overall player. Can't hate it. Gotta go out there and try, I guess. This offer, we're gonna see if we could get more than a 7th round pick from the Dolphins. We could get more than a 7th from the Dolphins. I'd gladly do that. You guys are kind of seeing where we're headed with our decision in the draft. Most likely gonna take an edge rusher. See, maybe we could get a 4th round pick. And they do that. Okay. Well, 2 huge trades, both regarding the defensive line. But we're gonna add to that defensive line in the draft for sure. And next time you guys see a video, it will be the NFL draft and the preseason videos. And I'll see y'all then. Peace.